Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Omar from buymeaniphone.com. Today I have another non-iPhone related product I want to show you guys. This is a product that was sent to me free for review by 42nd Street Photo. You can check them out online at 42photo.com. And today we have the Sony HDR-700V camera. And this is a camcorder. This is probably one of Sony's top of the line camcorders. I believe there's only one other camera that's more expensive than this one, and that's their 3D version. So this is a $1,300 camera on Sony's website. But for $1,300 you are getting a ton of features. So I'm going to go ahead and discuss some of those features that this camera offers, and also show you guys some demo footage that I use this camera to take to show you some of the high quality video images it can take. So I'm just going to start off by saying, guys, that Sony has always been one of my favorite camera companies. Next to Canon, they're probably one of the best ones out there. As far as color, the vivid picture quality that they can capture, it's pretty much one of the top line cameras that you can get out there. Sony does an excellent job on all their cameras. So guys, as you can see, this is a really small body camera. It's not large at all. Let's go and talk about some of the features. This is a full HD camera. I'm talking 1080, not 720, 1080. And not only 24p, but this also shoots 60p. Very nice, on MPEG-4. And it has an XMOR R CMOS sensor built in here. This has 96 gigabytes built in, and we're not talking about hard drive storage space. We're talking about flash memory, and that's something that we're starting to see a lot of camera companies kind of shine away from the hard drive cameras. For one, it allows you to have a much smaller form factor because it's not as large. And then two, whenever you're shooting with a hard drive camera, there's movable parts that are moving inside that while it's filming. And so if you're filming something that's very quiet, very low volume, you can actually hear some of those parts inside the hard drive section of the camera moving around as it's recording footage. Some of those cameras have gotten a lot better at dampening that sound, but there are some times where you can still hear it. So this is obviously a lot much smaller, sleeker. This is a lot smaller than the Vixia Canon I'm using right now, camcorder. Very small form factor. So 96 gigabytes of flash memory. One of the cool things that Sony has finally come to light and has seen the light on is allowing for use with SD cards. Okay, so this has one SD card slot. You can use Sony's Stick Pro Duo if you would like to use that. But now before Sony only allowed you to use the sticks, but now you have the option to use SD cards. So this will take an SD, an SD8C, SD-XC. As long as it's a class 4 or higher SD card. So you guys can find really good deals on SD cards very easily online. So I believe it maxes out at 64 gigabytes is the highest SD card it can use. But it has 96 gigabytes built into it, which will that'll give you about 40 hours of HD footage, which is very nice. So next to being a camera, this is also a still shot camera as well. So you can shoot 12.3 megapixel cameras or stills with this camera. Keep in mind that if you want to take stills simultaneously while shooting video, you cannot do that in the highest quality HD video setting. So if you're using super high quality video, the highest video setting, you will not be able to take the camera shot with the button right there while you're shooting the video. You'll actually have to switch to the mode for camera stills right here. If you can see there's a button right there. When I press it, it switches to still shots, and that's when you can keep it in the mode that it's in to take still shots. So if that's not a big deal for you and you don't need a super high quality HD video, you can lower it down a couple notches down, and then you can take stills while you're shooting your video, no problem at all. This offers the new G lens that they're using, the new G wide angle lens, which is really nice. Sony's offered these wide angle lenses now. Really awesome feature. Has 10 optical zoom, so really good job there. Has a manual focus knob is here. Focus knob, so you can manually adjust that. Gives you a little bit of flexibility whenever you're shooting video. Okay, let's get to the top of the camera here real fast. So this actually offers 5.1 surround sound audio recording. And I'll tell you what, guys, if audio is a really big deal to you when you're shooting your videos, this thing has awesome audio quality. And I can even show you when you pop open the camera, it'll give you it'll show you the actual sensors right there. As you can see me. You can see me talking. As I'm talking right there, you can see the levels going up. So we have a middle channel, top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left channels right there. So it actually shows you how the microphone is being picked up on there. Really awesome feature. The cool thing about it too is it actually has stereo speakers here as well. So when you're listening to your video playback, you can hear an actual stereo sound. Now I will tell you guys, when I was using this camera, I was shooting a concert, and I'll actually show some footage of that. It was a very loud rock concert, and the bass was really loud as well. So the bass was peaking out on this camera very bad. And so this is one example of how a scenario where you probably would not want to use this camera unless you had some other microphones or other options to make the sound quality a little better. but it was peaking out so bad that the audio for the music that I was listening to, the bass was so loud that it was peaking out, and it makes like a cracking sound. It was really bad. But the interesting part that I noticed when I was listening to this, just with my headphones, is the 5.1 sound is so good that even though the music in front of me is so loud and it's peaking out so badly, I can hear people talking behind me while I'm filming video. That's how good the sound quality is, the microphone is on this thing. So it's obviously very sensitive, so you need to be mindful of that whenever you're shooting video as far as rock concerts or loud environments. But for the most part, excellent sound quality. Let's get a look at the side here. I'll show you all the different openings and features here. So DC in, power right there. You plug in your DC, start charging up your camera up here. Awesome features here. It has the microphone in and the headphone jack. So you can hear the audio quality. If you are using a microphone, an external microphone, you can plug it right into there. No problem at all. We have our AV cable right here. So you want to hook up your component cables to hook up to your TV. No issues right there. Close it up. We have our start and stop button, and also the sensor light to let you know when it is charging. It has like a really nice leather style grip on here. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but it's all on this inside here. It has a really nice touch to it. I never noticed the other Sony camera is offering that kind of texture right there, that material. So that's really nice. Okay, so here's a really cool feature that Sony has added to their cameras. It actually has a built-in USB cord. And at first I didn't understand why would this be such a big deal, because I mean, after all, most cameras have, or most computers have SD card readers or laptops, that type of thing. But I actually experienced this myself when I was on my computer at my work, which didn't have an SD card slot. I didn't have the USB cord with me, and then I realized it has one built into it. So you can just plug this straight into the computer. It won't charge up or anything, but it will allow you to export footage from the camera to your computer. No issues at all. Really nice little feature. And when you don't need it, just keep it tucked away, and it keeps it nice and hidden, so you don't have to worry about it ever again. Okay. Good thing about this camera, it does have a viewfinder, full color viewfinder. It has a dial so you can make sure that it adjusts to your eyesight. Get to the top. I already showed you guys the photo button here. So this is what you would press to take image stills. We have our wide and tight zooming. Very, very nice controlled zoom. I'll show you examples of that when I show you the demo footage. We have our accessory shoe here. Slide that back. You can add boom mics here. You can have a sensor for a Bluetooth wireless microphone if you want to. Lights, that type of thing. It has to work with only Sony. Has to be a Sony compatible shoe mount accessories. Okay, you can't just use any accessories like for Canons or things like that. It has to only work with Sony. Okay, it does feature GPS, so if you're filming footage and if you import the footage, it'll keep track of the location of where you filmed it at, and it also shows you a map on the camera itself to show you where the footage was taken. Really nice, awesome feature there. I have a regular lithium battery here, pretty good battery. I've filmed some footage with this. I did about two and a half straight hours of HD footage, and that's about how long it lasted me. So not too bad at all, I guess, if you're shooting straight footage, but if you're going to be doing more than 2 hours, or if you're on a long trip and you're traveling, you may want to keep an extra battery pack with you. Okay, let's go over here to the side. Let's pop this open, and let me just show you the nice touchscreen we have here. Sony, I think, was one of the first companies to offer the touchscreen with their camera. So with the touchscreen, it allows you to get to all the different options and features. They actually have a new menu system now. This is a little bit different from what they used to offer before. And so we have things like image quality size, setup, to edit the copy, so you can actually edit some footage on the camera itself, your camera and the mic settings, your shooting modes, and your playback functions. So it's really easy to use. It's all easy to get to. All you have to do is keep touching the screen. You can turn off. You can actually focus on specific spots and areas you can see there. I'm not sure if that's showing up on camera. Let's see. So when you select certain areas, it'll focus on that. It does have face detection, so it works really well. One of the things I was really impressed by, guys, and I'll show you examples of this in my example footage, is it has a Steadicam. Steadicam while you're watching this. So it has that option for the steady shot is what it's called. And when you're shooting video with this, it's actually pretty interesting. When you're shooting video, a lot of times when there's jerky motions, or you're walking, or you're doing like slow motions like this up and down and moving side to side, it'll tend to be really erratic and it'll show up in your footage. But this actually has a feature where the steady shot is when you're moving the camera really fast and quick. If you look on the touch screen when you're shooting video, it almost has a delay where like it slowly reacts to when you do movements. It's hard to explain. I'll see if maybe I can show you an example of this. But like if the camera's like this and I move over like that, if you look on the viewfinder, it looks like I just did this, like I gracefully moved over like that. It doesn't show me going fast like this. It's really hard to explain, but it works really, really well. So if you're walking with this, if you're moving fast, whatever you're shooting, if you're in a car and you're shooting video, it smooths it out really well. So you don't even have to do anything in post, really, if it's nothing too erratic or crazy. Okay, so guys, I showed you all the different functions and features on the outside. Go back to the inside here. We do have a night shot. I'll give you an example of that. We have our power button. You don't need to mess with the power button at all unless you want to turn off the viewfinder or the screen and go to the viewfinder. But when you close it, that naturally just turns off by itself, so you don't have to mess with it. As you can see, it powers up pretty quickly when you flip open the door. It goes pretty fast, although it's taking forever now. There it goes. So normally, whenever you flip it out, it turns on really quick. Pop open the side right here. We have our our HDMI cable and our USB. So if you do want to use a longer cable than what this is right here, or if you just want to use your own SD or your own USB, you can plug it into there, no problem at all, and you can import or export the footage out of there like that. And we have our play button, so you can play back the video just as having a button there. You can also do it off the touchscreen as well. Okay. So guys, let me go ahead and show you some of the test footage I filmed using this camera. Excellent quality. And let me show you some of that stuff right now. Guys, so that was some of the demo footage. Hopefully you enjoyed that and you saw some of the really good quality images and video this camera is able to take. I definitely say I've been really impressed by the CX700V from Sony. Definitely a step up from their other cameras, and for just a small form factor, I definitely think it's worth the money. Now, I originally said this camera retails for $1,300, but that's on Sony's website. So like I mentioned, guys, this camera was sent to me free for review by 42nd Street Photo. You can check them out on 42photo.com, but they actually have this camera retailing for $1,060 right now at the filming of this video. The price could go up, it could go down, but still, that's a great buy considering that it originally retails for $1,300. So I definitely think it's worth every penny. I really wish I didn't have to send it back to them. I wish I could keep it for myself and use it for my video reviews, but that's how it works, guys. So if you guys have any questions, please post your comments below. I'll try to do my best to answer any of your questions you may have. If you personally own this camera yourself, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Did I miss any details or anything you experienced while using this camera that you think I should mention? Post a comment below, tell me what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video review. I'll have another camera review coming up very soon of the Sony PJ10, which is actually a camera that Sony put out that actually features a built-in projector. It has a projector built into the flap of the viewfinder. Really interesting product. I don't think any other camera is offering this option, so something really cool I want to show you guys and show you exactly how this camera stacks up, okay? So I'll see you guys in the next video review. Till next time.